All right, all you snowboarders of the internet, we're here, we're live, we're answering your questions. So get them in the chat box wherever it appears on your device, whether it's down below, on the side, up top, or in your butt. I don't know where they show up, but if you need to answer or ask a question, I will try to answer it today. No big prizes on the wheel, but we are getting closer towards the Black Friday live streamathon event, and looks like there's going to be more boards to give away than I thought. Found a few more boards that I was like, yeah, we need to get rid of these. So super chats do get a spin of the wheel. We got that going on for us. Let's see what else is going on. Hopefully you guys enjoyed yesterday's top 5. Learned a little bit more about me and my addiction to dating stripper hookers named Crystal. Unless it's Crystal Quinn. I date Crystal Quinn. Anyone that knows that reference, good for you. All right. Well, let's take some questions here and get this going. We're going to kick it off with a super chat from Letters. Bring on the white ribbon of death. I'll throw blows. I think you mean blows, dude. Ollie over slow signs. Ollie over slow signs. All right. So the next one comes in from Gene Graves. Uncle Avran, can you tell us about factory stone grind on the Ride Shadow Band compared to the Mothership stone grind? Thanks. They're both deep and aggressive. It's just the Mothership one, depending if it's was it the Moonshot or the Pro Moonshot or whatever the hell they call it tune, a little more aggressive. You just notice that there's a little more groove in there, but basically it's better than getting a board that's just straight flat. And then you got to go take it in, have them grind it, put that texture in there. Like they put it in there. That's going to help break up that surface friction. So you get a better glide in there with your snowboard. So yeah. Also, we got a poll going on in the chat. So if you haven't done that yet, you should probably go answer if you've ever seen a snow juggalo or not. All right. We got one here from Eli. Saw the Burton rental program has the Family Tree 3D Deep Days snowboard at the price of $35 a day. Is it good for powder? I mean, it's called the Deep Days. What do you think? I think renting it for a couple days when need to, as I don't have a powder board. I mean, who the hell's calling me? No, go away. You're not important. Live streaming. But yeah, no, if you're gonna do that, you got to ask yourself if you're gonna just go use it 2-3 days a year, that might be worth it. If you're looking to own a powder board and you have it for multiple seasons, you're going to be able to ride it for multiple seasons. Where does the price breakdown happen where you realize it's better to own your own board than that? But I mean, if you're just like going to go for 2 days, $70, hell yeah, go do it. Make sure you get the insurance on it so you can hit rocks. All right. Let's see. All right, we got Manfish Taco going crazy trying to decide between the Battalion Party Wave and the Solomon Dance Hall. 220, 230 pounds, 6'3", 10.5 boot, have 7 fingers on my left hand, riding in Tahoe. We'll be using it for instructing as well. Since you're going to be using it for instructing, go with the Dance Hall, and here's why. You're going to be constantly in and out, one footing. You need that edge hold. You're going to lose that edge hold when you're scraping that snow off in Tahoe and you're getting into that Sierra cement and it's just icy and shitty like that. You're not going to have that edge bite because of the 3BT. Get the Dance Hall. All right, we got Shane Schmaltz with the super chat. Spin for pocket bacon. No pocket bacon today. I ate it all. Get yourself a wiener there, Shane. Pocket wieners. You know what I'm talking about. OTPHJs. All right. Brian Hess. Anyone else in sticker shock at the price of the forum decks like I am? $690 US is pretty steep. $690 for a board that is an outer space living with a DOA side cut and an outsider's camber profile with a intruded base. So the second lowest base you can get. $690. But it's not a cash grab. The fuck it's not. That's 100% a cash grab. You could buy an outer space living for $459. You could pick up last year's right now, I think for like $369 if you really look around, maybe even less than that. I don't have high hopes for it at that. $690? Who the fuck you think you are? You've been gone for 10 years. That money, that price point tells me all I need to know. That trademark troll, Josh Schoonover, the guy that got the trademark, who's a trademark troll, the dude has like 200 plus trademarks. All he cares about is cash on that, making money, making money, making money. 690. Take that 690, go buy an outer space living and a set of Union STRs and go fucking ride. It's going to be cheaper. You'll even have money left over to get better drugs than the guys at Forum are on. So that way you can fucking won't have to sit around huffing jankum to come up with a price like that. That's bullshit. That is bullshit. 690. That nostalgia tax. I'm sorry. Sintruded base. I bet you it doesn't even have a moonshot tune on it. I bet you it's just a straight flat base, no structure in it at all. Totally not worth it. Totally not worth it. 690. That board they should have had everything at $499. Maybe that free ride board could have been like $550. I wouldn't have let $550 slide, but for looking at the specs on their park board, you can get a better one for cheaper from Capita, Public, Yes, Rome, Ride, K2, Burton, GNU. You're getting a little right in that price range with it. But it's bullshit. Like, I was talking with a few different people, and one of them said 3 years max. And I was like, 2 years of them hyping it. Third year it sells on Amazon because that's what Joshua Schoonover, their friggin' partner, the guy that got the trademark, does. He's a trademark troll. Go look at what he's done with Special Blend and Foursquare. And I had an interaction with him that just soured me to anything he ever does. Like, that guy is a fucking tool. He's a fucking piece of shit. He just buys dead trademarks. He owns like a bunch of soup companies and shit too. Like, fuck that guy. I think he's running for like California Congress or Senate or something out there. He's running for public office, I guess. Someone sent it to me, but yeah, like these $690, fucking trash. And the best part is on their website, it's like, we strive to make the best boards possible, blah, blah, blah. And I'm sitting here like, no, you literally went to Mothership and used open catalog molds. You didn't like 690. You could have had the core from the Super DOA in that fucking thing. The fuck? This is bullshit. And then there's their graphics. Like, slap the iconic Forum F on there somewhere and don't put this weird bullshit that looks like it was vomited out of a fucking Commodore 64. You know, like, what the fuck is this with the Forum boards? Like, I thought about buying one solely so I can talk even more shit on it because I'll be like, I paid for this, but I don't want my fucking money going to that fucking trademark troll. I want to support Jeremy Jones. I want to support Peter Line. I'd love to support MacDog. But knowing that the fourth guy, and I guarantee you he gets the majority lion's share of the money, is that fucking trademark troll, fuck him. Fuck him. You know, next thing they're going to do, they're going to be like, we got Forum bindings. And it's going to be that knockoff shitty-ass Union binding that's on Alibaba Express that you've seen brands like Blank Snowboards, Wired Snowboards, Terror Snowboards, fucking, who else did it? I think Gilson tried it at one point. It's a knockoff, but it's a combination of a Union Strata Force, but it doesn't have the bushing on the bottom because that's made in Italy. It's all the Chinese components in there. It's just like some knockoff bullshit. I guarantee you they're going to do that and they'll try to sell it for $400. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. Fuck them. Like, cash grab. It is a 100% cash grab. My friends that were diehard Forum people were talking to me and they're like, dude, this is fucking bullshit. And I was like, what are you going to do? Just fucking wall hang it for the next 10, 15 years and then get thrift boards to sell it for $5,000 for you? Like, no. Come on. For $690, you could go buy 3 vintage Forums from thrift boards and go actually ride them and not feel bad. $690 for a park board? Come on. Your marketing even says take it to the streets. For $690, ain't nobody taking that to the fucking streets. No. You want to do that? You come out with something. You guys should have came out with something like the Forum Street Dweller, like you had way back in the day. Just a complete joke of a board that you could just go completely thrash. Fuck, I would have been happy if you just went like the atomic hatchet route and dropped something that was like 289 to 339, just straight jibboard that you could just cream. This is bullshit. Anyways, let's take some more questions. Raul Duke, what's up? From Portimao, Portugal. How's the white ribbon of death? Dude, the white ribbon of death was great today. We got 5 inches last night. I smashed some side pow. Rope line hero right over here did that. Hit a couple jibs today. It's been good. I've been up twice on the white ribbon of death. Hasn't been super crazy. Keystone opens on Friday, so that's good. I won't have to see Jimmy Fuckhouse at A Basin anymore. I love that, like, one of my friends that works at Christie Sports sends me this fucking video, and he's like, what the fuck are these things? And it's Buckhouse getting in those clue bullshits. And I was like, fucking poser bindings. And he's like, yeah, that guy kept cutting me off and being a douchebag. And he's like, he looks fat too. And I was like, he is fat. But yeah, shout out to my boy Jordan Zdanek from Nerd Snowboards as well. He's in the chat. If anyone's got a question on Nerd Snowboards, should hit him up. So yeah, but yeah, $690 for a forum board. Fucking go buy a Nerd. They're cheaper, more fun, I bet too, because at least it's a unique, original shape. Oh, Coleman Young. How long, if ever, do you think the Shredtown housing crisis will take to get resolved? Oh, it's resolving itself. The amount of people fucking liquidating their second, third, fourth fucking properties. The fact that all these corporations that bought single unit condos to make them Airbnbs and they can't get a license. So now they're dumping them $200K under what they did. Oh, it's coming. I see it coming. I think we're about 2-3 years away. As long as the town boards stick with it and don't freak out. Like, all these people are like, we need the Airbnbs for the people. If we need the Airbnbs for the people, then why are the towns buying hotels to turn them into studios? You don't need them. Like, yeah. So there's that. Okay, we got Justin G. Hey, dude, picked up the LibTech Dynamo. How would the Nitro team bindings pair with it? They're going to help. So the Dynamo is already a damp board. Adding that team binding on there is going to make it an even more damp ride because it's got that air pocket in there. The team will match up perfectly to the flex of the Dynamo. You never really have to worry about that. So yeah, there's plenty of that. Oh, Jesus. Crystal LeFeber found me. What the hell, Avran? I was told you were dead. Totally dead. This is a ghost. I'm CGI. Didn't you know this? Okay, we got Ian with the super chat for your casket fund. There's no casket where I'm going. Straight up cremated, turned into gunpowder, and then a dildo cannon is going to shoot dicks all over Breckenridge Mountain. Just flying glizzies everywhere. Hopefully smacking people in the face. Won't even be Malort infused, but remember to subscribe or else. Okay. Got a long question here from Ave. Are you going to review the regular Battalion Goliath? No, nothing changed since the last review. Mercury, didn't get one, trying to get one. Oh, now you're asking, this is a separate question. Sorry. Mercury, Goliath, or Mountain Twin for all mountain freestyle board. Out of those three, I'd go with the Mountain Twin. Okay. Let's take these super chats here. From Raul Duke. No question, but obrigado from Portimao, Portugal. Fuck yeah, dude. Have fun on your vacation. Hit me up when you get back. We'll shred. We'll shred. Don't lick yellow snow. That's just good life advice. Tim Hunt, thoughts on the Phantom Wax 2.0? So I like the concept of what the Phantom Wax is, but here's the issue that I have. You hit a rock and you have to have the base fixed anywhere. You've got to reapply that in that section because it's basically an epoxy. So you have this dead spot that doesn't have that in there. I think it makes sense to an extent. But then again, you can also just restructure your base and not worry about it. So, okay, we got Waco. What's your thoughts about the Kapitakazu? That's a stiff, aggressive board, or the Amplid Singular Twin. Haven't ridden it, or the K2 Excavator for all mountain free ride with some switch side hits and carving with nice edge hold. So the Excavator will be the hardest one to ride switch with just because of the shape. You can still do it. The Kazu, I mean, if you're looking for all mountain free ride, you won't want the Singular Twin. You want the regular Singular. It just gives that directional shape in there. But out of those three, I'd say the Kazu is probably the one you want to go with. I do think the edge hold is a little bit better on the Excavator. Steon H. Hey, do you know if the white gold boards are for sale these days or has the production stopped? Pretty sure they're done right now. Ooh. Brooke Poulsen picked up a Black & Decker skill saw from Goodwill. What board should I turn into a swallowtail? First, take out the blade that came with it and check it. Make sure that's solid. If it is, okay, go ahead and cut. If it's not, throw it away and get a new freaking blade in there. We don't need it snapping off and shooting into your eye because we know you're going to cut without eye protection. We know this. Now, after that, go find the board that is the most clapped out that you have, and like especially more clapped out towards the tail, like it's just dead or whatever, and cut that sucker into whatever you want. All right. We got a super chat here from Sam Elms. Have you ridden the Nitro Dinghy? Looks like a promising underrated volume shift option, liking that full camber. No, I wasn't able to get one from Nitro. I'm going to try to get one from Nitro, but I have a strange feeling it's going to be next year's. There's just no way I'm going to be able to get that this year. I've looked at it. It does look super promising. Yeah, Malort Glizzies, baby. Woo! CJ Latham, hey, Angry. For an all mountain ripper, no park, carving groomers, hitting side hits, and rollers, Karua, Tranny, Finder, or GNU Gremlin, and for the sake of reaction, or the Never Summer, fuck Never Summer. Fuck that piece of shit. Since you have no park and you're only hitting side hits like in your carving, go with the GNU Gremlin. I think that's just going to be a better option. The Tranny Finder is just, it fits a little bit better with like that freestyle. I think you want that Gremlin. All right, we got Andrew Lewis. Yo, Avran, I'm going to get a base grind on my board before the season starts. I live in Colorado. Is there a specific type of structure I should ask for? Call up Montecera Tunes. Tell them you want a nice structure in the base and let them decide for you. Montecera Tunes in Dillon, Colorado. I got a bunch of friends that work over there. Those dudes know what's up. Okay, Officer McNasty. What's the deal with L Stackers? Who the hell is he? A troglodyte. He's just a troglodyte. Okay. Yeah, I'm a little bit behind you guys right now, it looks like. So trying to catch up, but we'll see where we're at on this. Okay. All right. We got a super chat here from C Story 333. Keep the snow coming. Need some more horsepower. Ooh, stickers give you 5 more. Dude, you just got yourself some new horsepower. You know the drill. Email me, info@angrysnowboarder.com with your mailing address. I'll get that in there to you this week. I got a bunch of stuff I got to mail out. So I'm playing like catch up. I just filmed 6 top 5s yesterday. I got to film 5 more tomorrow. All right, let's see. Carl Bryson, binding recommendations for a GNU Gremlin. So if you stick with like the Mervin theme, you're going to want to go with a bent metal. And I would go with the Core Pro in that. If you're looking at Union, Atlas Pro, that's kind of where you want to be with that. Otherwise, like a Ride 9 Series A or C, that's your choice. I would even look at the Rome Cleaver. And let's see, why not? We'll throw in the Battalion Atom as well. So there's 5 options for you. All right. We got Turkey Loco. Spin if you think Slim is L Stacker's dad. I think he's freaking his lover. That's me personally. Remember to ollie those slow signs, people. All right. Kitty Glitter, don't tell me you're not a stripper. My friend who's only been riding for 1 year wants a Jones Ultra Mountain Twin and Burton Ions. He's definitely not skilled enough to handle this gear, but he's driven by hype. How do I talk him out of it? You walk over, you punch him in the fucking dick, and you go, did that hurt? Okay, now I got your attention. You don't need this shit. You're not good enough. You suck dicks with your butthole. Get your ass back down to where you need to be. This is probably the same guy that fucking learned how to drive and was like, I want a Ferrari. He'd get a fucking automatic Ferrari and still stall it. Ugh. Okay. We got Iron Tit Steel Boob. After 5 days on Hintertux, I got more insight on my riding level, transition from intermediate into advanced in turning, progressing through intermediate and freestyle. Still recommend yes basic on ink or yeah, just go get it. You're good. You're fine. Outflux, what's your take on the rider's choice from GNU? You want the C3, not the C2X. The C2X is too playful, so it torsionally twists more. It doesn't have the power and drive of the C3 in there, so you lose some of the capabilities from that ASIM side cut on there. I really think like the rider's choice was meant to be C3, not C2 or C2X or whatever it is. Eric Olmack, love my Yes Basic Decade. Do you see any benefit to buying a Mega Merc or too much overlap? If it's clapped out, you need to replace it. Yes, the Mega Merc makes sense. If it's still good, you can still ride it. Save your money. The money that you would spend on that Mega Merc, go buy a season pass and ride more. All right, we got one here from Cal. Yo, dog, I got a question. I have a size 13 foot. Would it still fit on a 53 party mod? I couldn't see any wide. No, God, no. Fuck no. 10 is pushing it on a 53 party mod. I know because I ride a size 10 boot on a 53 party mod. No. 13, never going to happen. Okay. Jordan LaFault, how baggy is too baggy? If you go off a jump and a crosswind hits you and your pants turn into a sail and you fly 40 feet off the jump the other way, that might be too baggy. But then again, you can always ask Nerd Snowboards about overshooting the landings and jumps and going off the sides. He was really, really good at that. And if he's still in the chat, he knows what I'm talking about. King of the fucking drift. Okay, let's see. All right. Let's see. Scott Collane, how do you think the Ride Peace Seeker will do with the Nidecker Supermatics? You won't. So they're laterally stiff enough to give you that drive in there. The problem is the straps aren't stiff enough, so you're going to lose some of that response when you push into the toe side, more so than the heel side. You'll notice this more on the toe side. It'll work, but if you're trying to go for the best performance, you either need to swap those straps out to something stiffer, which I think you can do with some of the flow straps. I think you might have to cobble them together. Otherwise, I'd wait because next year they should have a replacement strap that's stiffer, or they will offer a stiffer one from what they've told me. So yeah. Okay. All right. Mega Crush 54. Hey, Avran, what do you think about Volcom snow goggles? Good or bad? They're electrics. That's all they are. They're rebranded electrics. So they're solid. They're super solid. They're like EG2s, EG1s, and one other model, but they're essentially just rebranded electrics. Cameron Wilhelm, Avran, where is the best snow in your opinion? Whatever bathroom Sean White is in, he's got the best white stuff ever. I don't know. Kind of depends on the conditions and what you want. Ronald Newman, can you add structure to battalion boards? Yes. Is it fun? No. You have to find someone that's willing to pull the tensioner wheel apart. So it's a 3-piece tensioner wheel. So what you're going to do is you're going to slide off the ends, leave the middle wheel, run it, do the structure down that. Then you got to do the one side, then you got to do the other side. It is tedious work. I have done it. I do not like doing it. It can be done though. Okay. Mick Minigo, I ride Vans High Standard Pro Size 10 boots, and they are in the middle between medium and large, extra large union binds. Is it better to ride them on the large, extra large, or the medium? Those large, extra larges are so fucking beefy of a binding. I almost want to tell you to get the medium. Like, you're right on the cusp, but those large, extra large unions, they're fucking ginormous. I think you want to go with that large medium possible, but it's like you're just so on the cusp right there. Okay, Tank E, binding recommendations for the Arbor Satori. I own some Union Atlas and Burton missions. Should I get a third pair? I'll have to sell a kidney, but whatever. Oh man, you got 2 kidneys. Who cares? I mean, honestly, you could slap the Atlas on there and it'd be fine. It just won't be as damp underfoot, especially if you've got to go sell a kidney, because let's be real, if you lose one and then you damage the other one, you're fucked. Trust me, I've only got 1 kidney, I think. I don't know. Might be alive still. We're pretty sure it's dead. All right. Jacob Iverson, thanks for recommending the Unstrapped Show. Binged all 5 episodes yesterday. The Sponsor Me tape section was my favorite. Couple of rad dudes. Yeah. So I got a link down in the description for anyone that is looking for something to watch. Got a couple videos down there. You can click it. The cultural mystery link of the week is in there. But Unstrapped Snowboarding, it's my boy Andrew Brewer and Jim Dunnigan. They're just doing a weekly show. Comes out every Tuesday, I believe. I think that's when it's like Tuesday evening. But, they kind of just do a clip show talking about different videos on the internet, stuff like that. They talk about graphics and colorways on one product every week. It's kind of their thing. Check it out. It's good shit. Give them subscribe to them. They only have like 230 subscribers. Those motherfuckers need to get to 1,000 so they can monetize. So let's get them there. All right. Ryan Hoffman, explain why Never Summer is a trash brand, please. I'll give you the abridged version because I'm sick of fucking talking about this shithole fucking brand. Okay, you pay $80 more for a fucking rental board top sheet. 5 layers of fiberglass with 2 gallons of epoxy make for a dead ride. You don't need that much, especially when industry standard now is 3 layers of fiberglass, and they're just as durable. They use Crown Plastics in their base. Oh, but everyone's like, oh, Crown Plastics. Well, if you're not using Isosport, you're cheapening out. Also, someone get rid of that Tinder bot in the chat box. Okay, so they do that wacky ass side cut that they put inside their fucking camber zone instead of right underfoot. By putting it inside, it makes it super fucking hooky. On top of the fact, if the company was a fucking goddamn human, it would be a mega Trump supporter driving a 2-wheel drive lifted fucking brodozer trying to roll coal because they got a tiny ass fucking penis. The owners don't fucking snowboard. They'd rather go ride fucking dirt bikes all day. Fuck them. On top of the fact they owe me a shit ton of fucking money. Fuck them. Fuck them. Yeah, you want to fucking hear about that? Yeah. Oh, I love people like, I've never broken a board when I rode Never Summer. Maybe because you don't fucking ride hard. When I did product testing for them, 5 to 9 boards a year. That's what I used to break. And then I'd be like, hey, we need to fix this here, here, and here. But, when you're the guy that's actually trying to tell them how to fix things and they just want to surround themselves with a bunch of fucking yes men because they gave them a bunch of free boards, the people are like, I got a free snowboard. Oh my God, I got a free snowboard. Yeah, same fucking troglodytes you can find posting over on the fucking r/snowboarding. That's what you deal with. You deal with fucking stupidity over there. Like, go make a fucking cambered snowboard. So, fuck them. All right. Jack Frost, bought a crew dart in the off season. Already have some Rome katanas. Do I need to move up to the cleavers or something similar? No, you're fine with the katanas. Go for it. Okay, we got Shy Links with the super chat. Malort Glizzy, 60% off on Friday, only at Joe's. That's right. Eat at Joe's. As for the Malort Glizzy, buy 2, get 3 free. Ooh. Well, you got yourself a medium sticker pack there, sir. You know how to get a hold of me. Email me info@angrysnowboarder.com, and I will drop that in the mail so you can sticker up that board you won a couple weeks ago from us. Ooh. All right. Oh my God, this is a great one from Colm Buchanan. Structure fastest board I ever owned was a Solomon first edition. It had a very noticeable structure cut across at 45 degrees into the base, late 90s. Any idea what this was called? So you're talking probably about the old FR. Was it 530, 560? They had some weird numbers in them. So Solomon snowboards were the first to put structure in the bases, and then they did gallium infused bases with it. So it was a race base on a snowboard. They were so fucking fast at the time. They blew anything else out of the water. The only problem was they were cap constructed, so you'd blow the sidewalls on them. Oh, yeah. But yeah, those old Solomons were amazing. Sam Dudley, favorite mountain in the Northeast, Holiday Valley. Okay. Our boy Billy Ray Valentine with the super chat. 3-year anniversary, Black Friday for RIP L Stackers Adventures. Rest in peace, RIP. I am a dang snow juggalo. 21 days until ride, and I kind of want a whatever. Go buy a whatever. Click the link. Give me the money. I need all the money I can get. I'm broke. I had to buy some foreign snowboards at $690 a pop. Ugh. And remember, pray to the altar of snowboarding. Okay, we got MC Ruers. Avran, when making Franken bindings, will it help on the response giving a stiffer high back to a softer base plate? So giving the Union Ultra Estrada Force or Felker high back? Yes, you will get more response. So I actually have a friend that was taking Stratas and putting the Team Force high back on it, and he was playing around with it. But when you're playing around with everything, if you're looking for more response, but you want that softer base plate on it, you don't want to go too overkill. You don't want to go all the way to the opposite end of the spectrum. But if you look at like where the stock binding sits and what the next increment is, there should be like, especially since you're doing Union, there should be like 2 to 3 options in there. Kind of figure out, like read the description of each binding and realize which one will match up to your style. But yes, definitely go with it. I don't know what this Russian name is. Are you doing a LibTech terrain record review this year? No. If not, any thoughts on it? Nothing's changed since the last time I wrote it. Okay. We got Drew B. Where'd that go? Just lost it. God damn it. I'm all over the place here. Where is that? Shit. Damn thing updated. Okay, where are we? Here we are. Drew B. Did I get too dad bod for the new Bank Country 151? Should I have really got the 155? I don't know how fucking big you are. If you're worried about it, just fucking take some LA Miracle weight loss diet and shit it out. Okay. Michael Kulik. Aaron just received the Backcountry catalog with Shaun White on the cover. Apparently, they're all about his gear. What the fuck? Contest jocks are not snowboarders, and real snowboarders are not contest jocks. Shaun White's not a real snowboarder. He's a person that snowboards. He's actually a snowboard athlete. There's a difference in there. Why am I not surprised? Backcountry's doing a lot of weird shit, like where they're partnering with specific brands, and they're going to be the only distributor for them on there. But they also did some really shisty shit with the affiliate program. So I'm not an affiliate with them anymore. I canceled it. I was like, fuck you, I'm out. They changed the terms of service so that basically if you click the link from me, so you watch my review, you're going to buy the board. You're going to Backcountry, right? You get there. That little chat bot pops up that's like, how can I help you? They credit that person over me 36% of the time. So then they would do a charge back against me so I wouldn't get the commission even though I did all the work because their person was like, hi, how can I help you? Fuck them. Backcountry is QVC. They can go suck a fart out of my ass. So, yeah. All right. Ooh, Justin Rock. I was drunk and bought a transition finder from Milo. I don't really have money for stiffer binding, so I have a pair of Stratas. Will this do? Dude, you're fine with the Stratas on the transition finder. It's not that stiff of a board. Like, you're good, man. You're good. Ugh. All right, we got a super chat here from Patrick Ryan. All mountain rider who is mainly East Coast but travels to Colorado, advanced intermediate. Good recommendation for a one-quiver board that's good on ice. Okay, I mean, this is really easy. So you kind of want one that's like your solid intermediate. You can do everything. GNU anti-gravity. That's a great board right there. You get magnet traction with it. That's going to be solid. You can do the Jones Mountain Twin. Once again, magnet traction. Super, super solid. The Rosinal 1 mag, magnet traction. Gets the point. Super solid in there as well. The Ride Shadow Band, you're not going to notice any of the visual edge tech on there, but you keep the edges sharp. It's going to be fine. It's going to grip. You're never going to have to worry about it. Those are all solid options for you. Subscribe or else. Jonathan Cosiana. I just got an Avi beacon for riding in the backcountry. I plan on wearing it in bounds at places like Snowboard, but back home at like Killington, would it do me any good to wear it? No. Do they even have avalanches at Killington? Jordan LaFont, will I remove my toenail if I downsize 2 sizes? It's not just the toenail you got to worry about with that when you downsize your boot that much. You're also going to be creating all sorts of points on the joint and the knuckle. You can develop bunions, bone spurs, shit like that. I do not recommend it. Okay. Colvin Young, are the Oxtec straps on the Rome Katana bad enough to just go ahead and order foam straps, or is it much more a personal preference type deal? It's personal preference. Like for me, I ride the foam straps. It's just the way I like it. I mean, I like old school bindings that like 4-piece design when they're stitched and stuff. Like whenever I get on a nitro binding, I was like, oh yeah, this is old school. But I also know that they break in. The foam is like the next logical progression, but the Rome Oxtec is super thin. Like the strap is super thin. If you want Oxtec, but you want it thicker, you can hit up the Rome Battalion Warranty because it's the same company and ask them if you can get straps like the Oxtec strap for the battalion bindings. Tyler Busey, no relation to Gary Busey. I'm on a 2019 Outer Space Living and Cartel bindings. I want to expand the quiver, something better for hard charging. Live in Iowa, travel to Colorado, 200 pounds, 10.5 boots. Still have all 10 fingers and toes. That's amazing. Was thinking the Black Snowboard to death, but interested in options. Black Snowboard to death for sure. Going to be drastically stiffer than your Outer Space Living. I'd look at a Ride Berserker. Let's see. So, yeah, the Ride Berserker is a good one. You might even like a Nidecker Beta or Beta APX. That might be another good one for you. If you wanted to do Mervin, I would almost say that might not be the right board for you, but like a TRS could work. It might be a little overkill for you. I don't know. Coming from an Outer Space Living, I don't know if you want to make such an incremental jump to the Black Snowboard to death. You might be better off going with like a Mercury or a Mega Merc instead. If you did Jones, you probably just even going to a flagship would be enough of an upgrade for you that you'd be like, damn, this is what I needed. And you'd be able to sit there for a couple years and then progress on after that, after you've like developed and be like, hey, I've done everything I can with this. So yeah. Okay. Turkey Loco with the super chat. Bought some of your stickers today. Thank you for being the best part of my week. Snowboarders helping snowboard. Yeah, angrysnowboarderstore.com. You can buy stickers. I just put more up there, and I'm about to update the merchandise again too. So all right. And remember, check out Blaze's boot camp. There's actually a link down in the description. If you're looking to go to like a older person snowboard meetup with your heroes from the late 90s, should check it out. Chad Otterstrom will be there. Maybe he'll even wear the otter suit. Okay, we got Ryan Tracy looking for the binding recommendation on the Yes Standard. He has the Burton missions, but I'm worried they're a little too soft. They are a little too soft for that. Like Malavitas are bordering on too soft for the standard. You probably want to go with a Cartel, maybe a Genesis, but probably a Cartel at the minimum. Otherwise, since you're on a Yes Standard, if you check out like a Now Select Pro, that's a really good binding for it. Maybe a bent metal transfer, a Ride C8 would work for you as well. All right. All right. Orion. Opinion on Torstein Horgmo. He's a good dude. He does a lot for our community up here. I see him a lot at Copper and shit. He hangs out with a bunch of my friends. I always think it's funny whenever he's like hanging out with my friends that are like underling pros compared to him. I'm just like, hey, what's up? Blah, blah. I was like, oh, yeah, hey, what's up, Torstein? And just go back to them. And he's just like, this guy doesn't want my autograph? But yeah. Okay. We got Devil Down. Hey, Angry. Medium-sized Sasquatch looking at the flagship but not stoked on a 69 wide. 235 pounds, a boot size 12 or 13, riding the West Coast suggestions. Yeah, bump down to the 65 wide or 64 wide. You don't need the 69 wide at 235. You're fucking fine. Jesus. Like, 235 is not that big. You push it like 280, okay, 69 wide might be what you need. But yeah, 235, please drink some LA Miracle weight loss and poop it out. You'll be fine. Either that or start smoking meth. Don't smoke meth. Don't smoke meth. But yeah, anyways, other boards to kind of look at. I mean, if you were looking at a flagship, I'm assuming you're looking for like an all mountain free ride type board. Why don't you go look at the Berserker from Ride? That's a great board. If you wanted to do something from K2, you've got Alchemist Passport. You could even do an Aviator from Jones, although I'd be worried that at your weight, just because the way that core is made, you might crack it. If you looked at Yes, I would look at the DCP Unink, Pick Your Line. That's another good one as well. So there's a bunch of options right there for you. Okay, Scott Jones, what tips do you have for shopping for a new helmet? Looking at Anon to fit with my M2s, or does that not matter? It's like going at it when you go to approach a boot. You need to find the helmet that fits your shape. So for me, like Giros are really the only thing that fits. Smiths sit weird, Pox sit weird, like all the other ones sit weird. What you want to look for in features is like look for anything that's got Koroyd, MIPS, stuff like that, new age technologies in there. But you want to make sure that it fits snug. So like when you move it around, it's not like sliding all over on your head. Your like scalp is moving with it. And take your goggles with you because some goggles just don't match certain helmet shapes. But much like your boot, the best helmet's the one that fits your head shape. And you want to make sure that it's a helmet. If it says hard hat, it is not a helmet. Okay. Extreme Wheeler. I like the flex and pop of the old Huck knife, but riding on the ice coast, the edge lets me down on any recommendations on a board that has better edge? Oh, I got you on that one, bud. Whew. Oh, yeah. Yeah. You like that Huck knife. You like that pop, but you want something that's just like going to have better edge hold. So you need to just get away from a Solomon in general, just because they use those straight lines. They don't grip. Check out the Rome Mod Stale. That's a good one right there. Capita Outsiders. That would be another one that's comparable to it. The Signal Park Pro. If you're looking at Ride, it would be the Burnout. K2. That's kind of, there's nothing really from K2, in my opinion, that kind of matches that. Let's see. If you're looking at, well, because Battalion won't give you the edge hold you want. But if you're looking at Mervin, you might, let's just questionable. It might, but like the GNU Rider's Choice C3, the Arbor Westmark Camber as well. So there's multiple options for you. Okay. DWD boards. Avran, I'm delivering packages, listening to the live stream, letting everyone hear your rants. So thank you. Are they giving you free OTP HJs? OTP HJs. It's a real thing. Okay. Let's see. Where were we? Kind of catching up on stuff. I'm a little bit behind you guys. Let's see. Mr. Charles, looking for a one-board quiver to progress everything. Can the shadow band jib? Can you jib? If you can't jib, then no, it can't jib. If you can jib, it can jib. It's going to take a little more pressure in it just because of the way the flex pattern is on it. Once you learn where the sweet spots are, though, it'll lock in. You'll be fine. Okay. David Lewander, least favorite board you've reviewed this year? Oh, Solomon Abstract. That thing's a fucking turd. Fuck, it is the most mediocre piece of shit I've ridden. Oh, we made a unisex board. And I was like, oh, God. I feel bad for men, women, and they, thems. It's like everyone's just getting fucked in the ass with the mediocrity of that thing. One of the worst fucking boards I've been on in a long time. So, yeah. Okay. We got Colm Buchanan looking for a spin. That's right. Ollie, those slow signs, people. Following this up with Coleman Young. Thanks for the synthwave for shred tunes. It's money. Damn right, man. Damn right. Synthwave all day, every day. And if you really want to get something that'll amp you up on a powder day, check out Darkwave. That'll blow your fucking mind. And it's game over. You didn't win anything. Ooh, Rod Kings, How to Survive the White Ribbon of Death. Okay, so hopefully you spent the offseason building up a bunch of muscle and you look jacked. Because if you don't look jacked, you're an easy target to get killed. You got to take death race rules on this. So spraying people will get you points, but hitting them and running them over will get you more. I just sat on my testicle. That fucking hurt. Ugh, getting old. They dangle a lot. I sit on them sometimes. You didn't need to hear that. But yeah, so surviving the white ribbon of death. The big thing is you go early, and you'll see that there's always some fucking group or cult, as I call them. Like they call them snow trainers around here. They all wear camouflage, whatever pattern. TJ from Board Archive is one of them. But yeah, they're a cult, and they all herd around, and then they get in your way and shit. So you got to learn how to avoid those people. The other thing is you got to know when to friggin' send it and when to pull it back as well. I like to ride the rope line a lot. That's where you find the best side hits. You can usually find Chunderpow, which is what I've been riding today. In there, I know Jordan from Nerd Snowboards, who was in here earlier. He was smashing some Chunderpow and stuff like that. But you want to make sure that you go early and you cut out early, or you show up late when everyone's already done, and you just deal with what's left. The good thing is, even though they're making snow, we've been getting so much natural snow, so the edge hold is so much better than it was on Monday. Monday was a little icy in spots, so you got to kind of keep an eye on that stuff. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. What else we got here? Tech G, does the Jones Mountain Twin come with structure, or structure and base grind the same thing? Thanks, man. Essentially, it's this. Well, you can do a base grind with just a belt, and that won't put any structure in it. You want a stone grind. You want to make sure it's a base stone grind. If it's just a belt grind, you're not going to get it. I'm trying to remember if the Mountain Twin does or doesn't. I want to say that it doesn't have structure in it, but if it does, it's super minimal at best. Okay, let's see. All right. We got Sean Hartford. Thoughts on all the major gear companies making their own membrane fabrics now that Gore's patent is up. I hate Gore-Tex. I absolutely loathe it. I feel like it just makes me slimy. I've never liked Gore-Tex. I'm all for people just going out and trying their own fucking thing. It's amazing, like good. Uh, okay, we got a super chat here from Anthony Hawking. Bought a binding with the Evo affiliate link. They sent a 20% off code the next day, which I used on a full price board. It's like they know angry appreciators are degenerate hoarders who will always convert. I mean, I've come to the conclusion if I say something's good, like at least 100 people will just buy it, even if they don't need it. And I'm just like, that's no, spend the money on lift tickets. Spend the money on lift tickets. It's always so much better to spend the money on lift tickets. So I see we got some more people coming in here. So if you're just getting in here, get your questions in the chat box, super chats, get a spin of the wheel, just giving away some stickers and shit this week. Probably ran about something. Also, has anyone seen my third or fourth ex-wife, Crystal LeFeber, lurking around in here? She's trying to find me. And remember, donate to the Shred Foundation. So this is really cool too. I actually got a update from Danny from Shred Foundation because we're doing that pledge drive to get them outerwear and old gear. Sent me a photo, huge amount of boxes. He said basically a package to 2 packages a day have been showing up since we launched this. Absolutely amazing, you guys. Do that. I've got a link down below as well as just like an outline of what we're doing for them and where you can send stuff. But from now until December 10th, if you send a package in, you're entered into a raffle. 3 lucky winners. There's 3 people that are going to win $100 worth of Angry Snowboarder merchandise for you. And they'll be custom stuff. This isn't going to be stuff that's just going to be on the web store. I always go out of my way to just like move logos around so they're one-offs for people. So you guys will be doing that. I'm going to pick 3 of those. We're also going to be launching the financial fundraiser side that we did. It'll be the 2nd annual fundraiser, and this is to actually raise money for other things like the gear donations. The kids will be using it, especially because Danny picked up, I think it was like 98 more kids. So I think he's like over 200 kids this year that he's got in the program. But, so there's expenses and whatnot in there. So what we're going to do with the fundraiser, I've got a bunch of boards we're going to be giving away. I think last year we did it from the start of November to Black Friday. I think we're just going to go past that this year. We're going to expand it. Just, everyone's got shit going on with the holidays and stuff. I'd like to expand it past that and then just kind of have it be like an off week, not coinciding with the Black Friday live streamathon. But I got some really cool prizes to give away with that. And so more ways to win stuff from me and from Shred and sponsors and whatnot. So we got that going on. Justin G, hey dude, would the Nitro Team bindings pair well with the LibTech Dynamo? Answered this question earlier in the live stream. All right. Okay, Endo Pop-Tart. Avran was wondering if you're going to be reviewing the Battalion Cruiser. Oh yeah, you got that. Don't worry about that. All right, we got a super chat here from Brandon. Spin to win. We're doing it. We're spinning. We're spinning. Okay. Okay. No Cash Productions. Does the wide part of the board change anything if I don't need a wide board size 9 boots? Well, you're putting more materials in there. And what it's really designed about is if you have a bigger foot, the leverage and everything and the mechanics of it stay the same. But you got to realize with a size 9 foot, you're putting it more in there. You're going to take more effort to get that on edge. You're also adding more material. So if it has a carbon V in it, so if the V was originally this long, now it's suddenly this much longer because it's wider, it's all relative in height to weight to boot proportion. Kitty Glitter, what do you know about the Nitro Punisher? Fuck all, actually. I need to look at that and look up some stuff on that. Okay. Zach Trezian, what's your normal everyday go-to snowboard pant, jacket, pullover? Funny you mentioned that. I actually have a video on trashed outerwear and like what you can expect out of your outerwear. I predominantly only wear L1 outerwear. So I've been wearing the slim chino for like 10 years, and I buy one like every 2 to 3 years. On that, let's see, I've got the Horizon jacket from L1 for I think it's my puffy. I've got a was it Legacy jacket right now? Can't remember if it's the Legacy or what the name of it is. But anyways, I only ride L1 stuff. It's kind of like that. And yeah. Okay. Ooh, Anthony Sherrill. I'm looking to upgrade to a wider lens goggle. Currently have the Oakley O 2.0 Pro XL. What are your suggestions? I seen someone promoting Kunos. Are those good? Fuck no. Fuck no. You just straight up tried to troll me with this fucking. That is fucking Amazon garbage ass shit. Fucking shit. Kuno is just Outdoor Master rebranded because I shit on Outdoor Master so much. So now you got Kuno Optics. Oh, we sponsor Jonathan Buckhouse. Any company that would sponsor that fucktard doesn't deserve. I don't even want to wipe my ass with the goggle strap because I'm afraid I'd get fucking herpes from it. Like, again, don't ever date a woman named Crystal. Unless her last name's Crystal Quinn. It's Crystal Quinn. Love Crystal Quinn. But yeah, no, fuck that shit. You want a wide ass goggle? You're looking at like an electric EG3. That's what you're looking at. Something super wide with the peripheral. If you're trying to get the most out of the peripherals, what is it? Smith's got that 4D, or is that Anon? I can't remember, but it's like curves down and shit on that. But yeah, well, I'm going to go buy some fucking Amazon goggles. Say goodbye to your retinas in 10 years because they fried because they don't have the eye protection you want. All right. Got one here from Brandon. Thinking of trading my 22-23 157 wide black Snowboard to Death for a black Snowboard to Death 161 wide. I'm 170 pounds. I'm looking for an all-mountain free ride with a little freestyle flare. Do you think the 57 wide, dude, at 170 pounds, you go to the 61 wide, it's going to be a fucking boat if you want a little freestyle flare in there. Stick with the 57. Okay. Okay, Tibby TT. What are the alternatives to the GNU anti-gravity? Had my eye on the anti-gravity, but can't source one in my size without paying loads of import tax. Fuck, what's the board from LibTech that's like the equivalent of that? Is it? It's not the Hyper. It's no, because that's the GNU. There's a lib that's really similar to it, and I can't think of what it is right now. But anyways, if you want other options from other brands, it's your Rome Warden. You could even go to a Freaker if you wanted to, if you want more snap, but it's realistically a Rome Warden. To an extent, the Jones Stratus is very similar to that. Even a Mountain Twin. Let's see. Rosinal 1 Mag is close. Let's see. No, that's not going to be close enough. Yeah, I really wish there's a board from Lib that's very similar to the anti-gravity when you put them spec for spec, and I can't think of what it is right now. Or Ian with the super chat, Bacon Fund. Just a poor man trying to get bacon, and inflation's keeping me down. Ollie them slow signs, bitches. Okay, stuff I find interesting with the super chat. I got a spin bike to help get ready. Sometimes it's hard to stay motivated to exercise. I'm doing it for me to prevent potential injury. Damn right. That's literally why I go to the gym, is to protect potential injury. At 40 years old, I'm always convinced I'm going to go off a jump and hit too hard on the knuckle and turn into dust. Just poof. I'm just going to disappear. My snowboard with the boots still in the binding is going to go down the hill, and my outerwear is just going to be draped on the landing. That's it. I'm done. Yeah. You know, I mean, if you're looking for that motivation, dude, even if you just do a mile a day, just a mile a day on your spin bike, that's good. But if you can try to get up to 10 miles a day or every other day, that really does help you with keeping things loose and or lubricated and moving and not stiff, and you'll be prepared for everything. Keep oiling those slow signs, bitches. Keep oiling those slow signs. All right. Coleman Young argued with a girl about unisex boards yesterday. What are the pros and cons of them? So it kind of depends who's making it, but most of the unisex boards are actually designed for smaller people, for smaller guys, and that's why they call them unisex. Like, if you're over 175 pounds with a size 10 boot, you've already broken the mold on a unisex board for the most part. There's like some within reason, but you're talking about some of them are wider, some of them are narrower. That's a pro and a con depending on how you look at it. Some of them are softer flexing, some of them are stiffer flexing. It's like this unisex thing, I get where they're going with it. And there's like some boards, like you can just keep it across the line, like the Ride Zero, that 42 and that 47. Yeah, that's great. Like a 47, you can put a small guy on it. You can put an average sized girl on it. She's going to be fine. You get a small girl, you can put her on that 42 and not worry about it. But it's like that Solomon Abstract is unisex. It was the most trash ass board I've ridden. It was the most uninspired. It was designed originally to be a women's board that they just made bigger sizes and made it a little wider so a guy can get on it. And I got on it and I was like, this is literally, it's a fucking snowboard. That's cool. You made a fucking snowboard, but in a sea of amazing standout boards, you made mediocrity. You made a white New Balance shoe. It's a Toyota fucking Camry. And that's kind of the problem with it. All right. Oh, I'm going to sneeze. All right. Probably the Rona. Jimmy McElroy, have you gotten a chance to ride the new Nitro Pantera? No, the last time I rode it was the old shape because they changed the shape, I think. It's got like something changed on it. So. Okay, we got Iron Tit Steel Boob with the super chat. Bought the Basics on Ink Angry Girlfriend because I'm absolutely broke now, but hey, let's go. Thanks a lot for all the advice. Somebody's just got to hold your hand. Besides, she won't be angry forever, and maybe she'll hate fuck you. What do we got? Yeah, Malort Glizzies, baby. Let's check in on our poll right now and end that. See where we're at with that. Okay, we're ending the poll here. Okay, so 242 votes. Not bad. Since we've only been here an hour. 46 of you have never encountered a snow juggalo. I envy you. 31% whoop whoop. You might be juggalos. I don't know if I trust you. And 21% of you have encountered a snow juggalo. The only reason I bring this up was the other day I was at City Market, the local grocery store. And I walked in and I saw this chick and I was like, why the hell is she dressed like that? That just doesn't fit with anything up here in the mountains. And I'm like looking at her pants and I was like, jug. Holy shit, her pants say juggalette. And then she had like the pudding hat on, which basically means she's like a pass around girl for him, I think. I don't understand juggalo culture. I just know I had to work with one once and it was really fucking weird. She was weird. She had the Hatchet Man tattooed right here on her. And I was like, you can get some really big tribal that'll just cover that. Probably be better. She's like, I got that when I was 16. And I was like, why the fuck did you do that? Poor life choices. That's why. But yeah, so this chick, anyway, she works at City Market. And I'm like sitting there and I'm just like, this is like a juggalo in the wild. And I was just like, oh, okay. What the hell is she doing here? And then I was like, oh my God, she works here. Where the hell did she come from? How did she get housing? Who lives with her? Like, I just had more questions. And so I'm walking around doing my shopping and she just keeps on walking past me, doing more juggalo things. And I was like, does this thing ski or snowboard? Like, what's going on? And then I was like, did she put the face paint on when she goes out and snowboards? And then we had this great conversation at Castaways Cove last night. Favorite dive bar in Breckenridge, by the way. But we're sitting there and Dustin, the bartender's like, just so you know, if you ever go to a concert in Denver, there's always at least one juggalo there. And I was like, no, there's not. And he's like, Jimmy Buffett, sitting there, look over. Dude's in full juggalo paint on Margaritaville. I was just like, are you fucking kidding me? And he's like, it doesn't matter where I go and what kind of concert in Denver, there's at least one juggalo. And I was like, this is the weirdest thing ever. Juggalos. Gotta watch out for them. Okay. Kimono Dragon Allen. 5'6", 152 pounds, looking at riding a 5'10", 190 pound wide. Is that too big? I mean, no, that's kind of in the proportionate range. If it was like 290, you might get crushed. If it's like double, you gotta worry about these things. Crushing can happen, but sometimes you got to go for those big girls. And when you're 5'6" and 152 pounds, you're easy pickings when it's last call at the bar. Like, they'll corner you. I mean, Steel Panther has a whole song about that. They're like, her name was Debbie. And she was getting real desperate, and she knew you had a car. You got to remember that. Steel Panther has a whole song about that. It's called Fat Girl. Just watch yourself. Oh, yeah. And eat at Joe's. Okay. Okay, Scott Jones. What can my wife expect from her? Yes, hello. After riding banana camber for like 10 years. Anything to watch for? It's going to be hookier. She's going to be so used to being able to manipulate with her weight forward or backwards and only having X number of effective edge and weight shift and stuff. It's just going to be hookier. She's probably going to catch her edge. The cool thing is the first time she actually really figures out how to load into the camber on edge, she's going to get more drive out of the turn. It's going to blow her mind. RB, I'm pretty new to snowboarding, and I'm curious when you talk about loading camber, is that just downforce on the board prior to the jump? It's downforce and release. So like you're putting your down, so like this is the standard arc of the camber, right? So it's like this. So you're putting the weight down and you're pushing it like this, but it's also knowing how to disengage from the front to roll back. So it starts to spring and then the back pops and snaps you. Like so many people, they think like when they're loading the camber, they're pushing down and then jumping straight up. And I was like, cool, you're bunny hopping. That's where it's at. So, yeah. Oh, okay. We got a 5-finger or mittens, a leather or Gore-Tex. I'm a leather guy, 100% on gloves. I prefer trigger mitts. That way I can point at people and I can be like, listen here, asshole. Do that. And then when I go like this and there's 3, they're like, what's that? And I was like, oh, read between the lines, motherfucker. Or Ian, the wheel seems better. I took the bearing out and cleaned it. And there was like, I don't know if it was a pebble or something in there. I cleaned that out, cranked the back thing on it, tightened it down. I didn't realize this, but Baroness had knocked it over and there was a chunk missing out of the back. So the weight was off in one spot. So I compensated on that weight because she took a chunk out of the wheel when she knocked it over. So, yeah. All right, where were we? Oh, we got one here from our boys at Shred Ahead Snowboarding. Shout out to Jim and Ted's Shredulent Adventure. Avran, are all bindings centered in the base plate because ride bindings don't adjust toe to heel due to the holds in the disc? No. Well, it depends on the disc. Some discs are offset, some aren't, because you're in a ride. You can always just remember you can turn the disc 90 degrees and you'll get a little more play too. So you got to kind of look at it. So you can either have them this way and you can slide it back and forth, or you can turn it this way and slide it side to side. So you got to kind of look at where you need it. I know that's kind of a really brief thing. Do I have any ride discs in here? No, I don't. So unfortunately, I don't have ride discs to show you what I mean. MPix00. Does the ride Shadow Band have a playful flex for butters, and how does it ride switch? Torn between the Shadow Band versus the Evil Twin Plus this year. Evil Twin Plus is overrated. You don't need it. It's overrated. Just get a regular Evil Twin. Save yourself the fucking money. But here's the thing. Can you ride switch? Then you can ride switch on the Shadow Band. Can you butter press? Then you can butter and press on the Shadow Band. The big thing is, like, it's so camber dominant. The sweet spots are smaller and they're out there. When you really lock in, it's absolutely amazing. All right. Okay. All right. We got Marco Purchase with the super chat. Hey, Avran, was wanting to get a volume shifted board for an intermediate level for mainly mountain non-park usage that can also carve. Is the K2 Party Platter a good choice? It's an okay choice, but you don't. If you're just looking for all mountain use, you don't necessarily need to go with a twin. So instead, I'd look at like a Ride Super Pig, Telus Backslash, a Rome Service Dog. If you think that's going to be too soft, bump up to the Rome Stalefish. Rosno Sushi is actually more versatile than people think, even though it's a medium volume shift. The Nidecker Mosquito, a little more directional, a little more carving oriented, still solid. That's where you want to go. Like, I don't think you necessarily need to go with the full twin on that. Not saying it's not a bad board, but you're not going to the park, so you don't really need the twin aspect of it. I mean, shit, you could even do like an Amplid spray tray, and that would probably be good for you. Remember to support the Shred Foundation, people. Support the Shred Foundation. Arya Shamirzadi. Have you ridden the current Libtech Jamie Lynn short wide? And if so, how does it perform on groomers? That board's fun to carve. It's like not the most aggressive, but it's actually got some girth to it, so you can really lay it over. I do have a review of it. So if you go to the Libtech playlist on the channel, you can check out the review of it. That'll get you where you need to be. Adam Finlay, snow is hitting. Can't wait for the season to start. Any thoughts on Fleeting Time? I need to watch it still. I've been kind of slacking. I need to catch up on some stuff. McKinley D, what's the best board for ice? The one that you take care of the fucking edges on. Garth Pierce, hi, Avran. Sorry I'm late. Slaving over a hot stove. Sure. Have you come across sweet protection lids? I'm looking at the Switcher MIPS. Is MIPS worth it? By the way, biltong is Africa's better version. I don't know what biltong is. I'm not from Africa. I'm very white. Very, very white. Not Afrikaner. Don't talk that way. So Sweet makes really solid stuff. MIPS is totally worth it. It's the next level in the progression of getting us a more safe helmet. So yeah, you can't go wrong with it. All right. Antonio Escarel, broken Huck Knife 21 that I love. Thinking of getting either the Huck Knife 22 model, go for the Jackpot 22 model, or the Rome Party mod. How are these three boards compared to each other? Pop, jib, butter, carves. So Party mod is flat to rocker, so it's going to be the easiest one to butter and press with on there. Carving, it's okay, but you lose the effective edge pretty much right where the rocker zone starts until you get it fully laid over. So it changes that dynamic. The Huck Knife, you already know how a Huck Knife rides on edge, but because of that straight side cut, it isn't as grippy. The Jackpot is actually probably going to be the best one on edge. In terms of pop, the new Huck Knife, they gave it so the Huck Knife got the Huck Knife Pro's carbon layup, and then the Huck Knife Pro got the Assassin's carbon layup. But basically, the Huck Knife is more snappy than it's been in the past, so you're going to get more pop out of that. That's kind of the breakdown on those three. Okay, we got Joseph Ramos with the super chat. Viva la Nina! Uncle Avran's stories are the best. So some people say, but other people just sit around and cry with it. Like, they just sit around and cry. Eat it, Joe's. Where was this? Let's see. Um, Okay. So on my Supermatic review, this is hilarious. So I got this question. Would you mind sharing a thought on a direct comparison between these and the Burton missions? I'm an intermediate rider and thinking about these when out with the wife and kids, skiers, 2 7-year-olds. And I was like, well, one is a stub-in rear entry binding and the other isn't. I mean, that's the biggest difference right there. You're trying to compare a rear entry binding that you can step into to a Burton mission, which is a super low end binding. Like 459. I think it's 459 for the Supermatic, and it's like what 239 for a mission. And he's like, "My apologies for the question. I appreciated the thorough review and figured maybe if you'd written both, you could drop a touch of knowledge on how they might feel different to a less experienced rider." Literally, dude, you just watched the fucking review. I'm pretty sure it tells you how it's gonna ride. And I'm like, it's like literally looking at them would tell you that the biggest difference right off the bat. That's just logic. But yet he still wants to know the differences between the two. It's like that whole system is going to do this. And so, correct, logic. I can handle. It was inside I'd requested, as in, would it be likely that I will really feel the control differences you mentioned in the video? There you go. Fuck, dude. I fucking said it. And now you're asking that? Like, why do I need to tell you again twice? You want me to fucking wipe your ass too? Nonetheless, we can move in. It's clear you are wanting to reinforce the brand of angry rather than supporting the people whose views support you. Be well. And I was like, or you could literally look at this binding as pointed out and go, definitely not the same as my missions, completely different design. But then again, logic and deductive reasoning are hard for people that need their hand held. You act like you support me, then get offended and upset when I treat you the same way I treat everyone that doesn't use what's provided to them. Perhaps you don't support me. Seems like a logical conclusion. Like, you fucking kidding me? The stupids have come out of the woodwork in the last week. Like, I have just been dealing with some of the dumbest questions and comments, and I'm just like, is this a serious fucking thing? Like, I mean, seriously, this is what I'm dealing with. I don't get it. Also, I don't know if anyone's following Capita on Instagram, but you should, because they posted up a photo of the new Mega Merc, and someone's like, dudes, is this an Arbor Snowboards ad? Capita Supercorp's response: never heard of them. The Longboard Company? That is fucking savage. That is so savage. I love it. I love that that was how they answered their social media. It was absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. That made my day. Also, to give you guys, because a lot of you always ask if I'm ever going to ride season equipment stuff. Hey yo, this is an email from their brand director. Hey yo, this has been on my list for 2 years, and I finally have my head above water to reach out. It's been a journey. Josh here from Season, new snowboard and ski brand from the Northwest, and would love to get you to take our skis for a rip. Can you even daffy? 2 fucking years, and you emailed angrysnowboarder.com, info@angrysnowboarder.com, and you're going to ask me if I want to take skis for a rip. This just further proves to me that in 2 years, you knew you had to send me shit. But I was curious to see who had done reviews. Some woman for Gear Junkies that it just seemed like she wanted to talk about how much she loved to go snowboarding, but she had only gone like 5 times in the last 10 years. I was like, well, there's a great review right there. TJ from Board Archive, I expect that because he worked for Evo. James from The Good Ride, because he's up Evo's ass. So that makes sense. A few other places, and I was like, it's taking you 2 years to finally reach out to me. It's like, you kind of think that when, like, not to my own horn, but I'm number one in the world. Like, I'm the largest online snowboard reviewer. Like, that's just facts. The numbers don't lie. And you'd think you would have reached out to me. I've hit this point where I'm like, do I even bother responding? Like, this just feels like such a waste of my fucking time. Like, like, Why would I? Why? Why? I just don't get it. I'm kind of tempted to email him back and be like, yeah, send over all the skis and just do a whole video of me like walking around, like whacking them on shit and being like, how do I put my snowboard bindings on this? I don't know. I don't know. Ugh. Ugh. All right. Yeah. Okay. Did I spin that one already? I don't know. We'll give this. Where was I going with this? Yeah, remember to check out Blaze's boot camp. Okay, we got Anthony Hawking again with the super chat. Spin for the OTP HJ at Joe's Pocket Bacon. Joe's does not have OTP HJs. I asked. They have no girl named Crystal working there either. Pray to the altar of snowboarding, people. David Sheeving, I got the dance hall and the hologram bindings last year and realized that I need boots. Any recommendation? Best boots, the one that fits your foot and fits your needs. Go shove your foot in as many boots and figure out what works for you. Okay, Orion, not sure you'll know this, but I've noticed Flow got rid of their NX2 GTs, but never heard anything about it. I only see the carbon or plastic backs now for the NX2s. I think they're like Nidecker as a whole company is refining everyone's line and they're just looking at what was selling and what wasn't. So I've got a bunch of flow bindings actually in the other room I need to ride still. I completely forgot that those are sitting there. I should probably dig those out and ride them. Oops. Shane Schmaltz, looking forward to the Black Friday streams. Not sure if it's going to be 3 or 4. It's going to be multiples. It's going to be an all-day event. People are going to win shit. It's going to be fucking next level. What is it, 4th or 5th annual one at this point? I don't even remember like where we're at with this. Ooh, game over. So close to winning some jumbos there. Okay. Let's see. We got MPix00. What's your favorite board that you tested this coming year and why? Ride Shadowband. Reminded me of like riding an old Ride DH. Good all mountain freestyle. That one really stuck out. A bunch of the public stuff was really cool, but I would probably go with the display. That one was really cool. The Battalion Fun Kink was another one that I really liked. Capita Navigator. So I just filmed 6 top 5s last night. You guys saw the beginner one, but I got more coming. I got to film 9 more to hit the end of the year's quota. But basically, you're going to be seeing a lot of my top picks coming out real soon, like stuff that I really loved. D-Lo, can we hear the story about why the fuck you moved to Leavenworth, really into fake Bavarian villages, girl job? There was a house for rent, and I was working at Stevens Pass, so I lived in Leavenworth because I didn't want to live in Skycomish because the fucking hills have eyes and the people were fucking weird over there. That's it. Like, I moved there and didn't even know it was a Bavarian village, and then I was like, oh my god, it's a Bavarian village. And then every day I was like, holy shit, they're lighting the trees again? Okay. Dylan Case, best bindings for a beginner with the K2 ray gun. Ah, dude, solid choice on the ray gun. So if you want to match a good binding to the ray gun, go grab a K2 Indy. That's a really good binding that'll match right up to it. Otherwise, the Union STR, you can bump up in price, but you're going to go to the Rome Vice. You'll be able to take that binding with you for a while. I would slap a Burton Malavita on that as well. Maybe even a bent metal action. That's a really good bang for the buck binding that'll match up with that. Let's see, the Ride C6. So there's multiple options right there that I'd recommend for you there, Dylan. Let's give you a spin. That's right. Eat it, Joe's, bitches. Okay. Super chat from Drew Gallagher. Just getting in here. Did you review or discuss the Raspberry yet? If so, how is it? Haven't dropped the review for that yet. I did ride it. That board is super fun. Like super fun. it's cool to see Rasmussen finally get like a board that he designed the way he wanted it and how it rides. It's Mervin. It's going to be a little more damp. It's got solid snap to it. Yeah, that review, I'll probably schedule that here and then let's see, I'm scheduled like 7 days out from now. So probably in the next 2 weeks, I'll get that thing scheduled and up for you. Ooh, you lose. Brendan Carbone. I gave away my older decks, but want a fun board for preseason, late season conditions. I can thrash on not risking my main quiver. Is there something similar to the old Slush Slasher, Sushi maybe? Sushi won't be close to the Slush Slasher, but go look at the K2 Niseko Pleasures. That might be something, although I think it's got some camber in it. Otherwise, the Rome Service Dog. That would be probably the most similar to your Slush Slasher. This is really cool. Medium of media. Never spoken chat before, but just want to say I'm listening while building and riding my backyard park. Fuck yeah, dude. Get out there and get after it. Okay. Or Ian, how many days y'all get out of your boots? I put out that trashed boots video, and these have over 150 days on them. Easily, give or take. I mean, you got your normal wear and tear there. And then I obliterated these ones. These have maybe about 100 on them, but I blew the BOA housing completely out. Like, there's no hope for them. So, yeah, I don't know, 100 days, give or take. All right. All right, we got one here from Matt Likes Donuts. How do you know you've gone from what you'd call an intermediate to an expert rider? You don't ask me questions like that. That's the big thing. You wouldn't ask. You'd just know. You'd be confident in your riding enough that you wouldn't worry what someone else thinks, and whether you're an expert or a beginner, and you get to the point where you just give zero fucks and you're like, I can get down the hill. And that's it. Might not look good. Might look good. Some days are better than others in that. But realistically, you're comfortable riding any type of terrain. You don't freak out on a pow day. You don't freak out when it's high wind. You don't freak out when it's low visibility. Your body can go into autopilot mode if you absolutely need to, and you just ride and you don't have to think about anything. All right, JNack17. Hey, Angry, looking to learn how to carve this season. I watched Xavier De La Rue's videos about it. What are some other YouTubers I should check out? Don't watch Ryan Napton. You'll fucking just become one of those people. Don't watch any of that Japanese bullshit either. You need to work on your dynamics of stuff. Like, Zave's got some shit. What is it? Slice and Dice from Nidecker has some good stuff. Like, that's not to that weird bullshit Japan butter carve shit that they do, which looks like synchronized friggin'. You swear to God, it's like synchronized swimming on snowboards. So, yeah. But yeah, that's it. I don't know, dude. I don't watch YouTube people for snowboarding unless it's like Andrew Brewer and Unstrapped, because that's funny, or it's like Torment or Impaler, Dustbox or something like that. I'll watch that, but I don't watch other YouTubers, mainly because it just pisses me off. But I do promote Shred Ahead Snowboarding. Those guys will give you dynamics and basics of stuff, but I think what you're looking for is something far more aggressive. You might want to go check out the Karua videos, actually. Yearning for Turning. Yeah, okay. Let's see. Where were we? Colton Buchanan. What modern day board might compare well with the Solomon First Edition? Got an ultralight and a Peregrine in the last couple of years, but not quite there yet. Am I just living in the past? Yeah, you are. You have a memory that you were viewing with rose-tinted glasses because it was at a certain point at a certain time with a certain nostalgia. You see it 20 to 80% better than it actually was, and you don't realize that. I mean, if you're really, the closest thing you're going to get to something like that is if you get that the Nideckers with that like half cap construction that they do, which I can't think of the name of it. It's not Nidactive, that's the top sheet, I think, right? There's that. Otherwise, you could go to a ride snowboard and maybe find something in the Peace Seeker with that, because a cap sidewall will ride different than a regular sidewall. So cap construction to sidewall construction, if you will, you'll get that. But you're just looking back on things and being like, oh, it was better then. So many people do that. Like, I'm such a realist that when I look back, I was like, oh God, shit was really bad back then. We just like didn't know that it could get better, Okay. Got one here from Mike K. Does the flat camber section of a DOA Super DOA actually make it less catchy, or is it going to feel like a standard camber profile? It's not catchy per se, is what you feel. It's a sweet spot when you lock into a press, like you push into the camber and you're going up on your nose, you can feel that flat spot engage. Or if you're loading up to pop and you roll back on it, it springs right from it. That's what you're going to feel. Otherwise, it just feels like a shortened camber section more than anything. Okay, Jarvis, what's your favorite battalion boards? I already answered this one, but it's Fun Kink, Surfer, Camel 2. All right, let's see. Daffy Drunk with the super chat. Sunlight Mountain, Colorado is on the Indy Pass. Do you ever check it out? I haven't made it over to Sunlight. Like, I know where it is and I should. May try a couple days there this season. Heard the Steel Panther mentioned. Favorite band at the moment. Cheers. Yeah, definitely go check out Sunlight if it's a POW day. But if it's been baking in the sun, like Mogul Fields of Death. I've heard that from numerous people. And don't lick yellow snow. So, okay. Mario Bendra, what do you think about the Capita Megamerc? Probably my favorite board from Capita at the moment. So it's like the culmination of everything great in a directional twinish shape there. Like solid pop, great finish on the base, good amount of power into it. It's just a good all-around board. I love that board. It truthfully is my favorite Capita board. All right, we got Eric Chen. Bought the K2 Passport 159 wide at 240 pound size 10 locally. Hit it from the wife. Also told another sales rep to F off when he told me he loves good ride reviews. Oh, God. Ew. And he works in a shop? That guy should be punched in the fucking throat and the dick. Ooh. It's the worst. Guy likes watching someone chug Alfredo while he talks about snowboards. Ooh, we're going to pick a random question and give it a spin. What do we got floating around here? Kind of caught up on everyone. So, yeah, let's get those questions in. Someone's getting a spin of the wheel, so didn't realize I caught up to it. Okay, well, this is an easy one from El Cholo Rojo. I got a Capita Mercury and a Rome Stale Cruiser for this season. Should I get a Mega Merc instead? No, you're good. Go ride both of them. You don't need to spend more money. You need to go ride more. Dang, that bounced around twice. Got back in there. Okay. Okay, so we're going to take this one from Stephen Mezzarole. I know you love the ride Shadow Band, but how does it compare to the algorithm? Undecided between the two. So the Shadow Band is the little brother to the algorithm. Same shape, same side cut, different flex. Same camber profile, just different flex. So it has less carbon in it. So if you're not as an aggressive of a rider, you're a little more laid back, you don't need all that carbon in there to drive the board, you go with the Shadow Band. You want to really send it to the moon. You want to drive hard. You really want to push it. You go with the algorithm. That's the differences between the two. Otherwise, when you look at them, side cut, camber, shape, it's the same. Yeah, you lose. Okay. Deuce, what's your best recommendation on a split board? That you find someone that actually knows shit about split boards. I know fuck all about them, and I don't care to ever learn anything about them. It's not my cup of tea. Ricky F with the super chat. Can we get a rant about Buckhouse? No. Support the Shred Foundation, bitches. Yeah. Okay. Jack Street, favorite K2 board of the 21-22 season, Manifest Team. All right. All right. Dr. Guacamole PhD, DDS Esquire. All right. What's your PhD in? You're a doctor here. Is it gynecology or proctology, or do you have your hands in both? 155, 5'9", size 9. What would you recommend for the Scott Stevens Pro? I assume you mean bindings. So if you're going with bindings for that recommendation, I would probably go with the new Ultra. I think that's a good mix, maybe a Strata. Otherwise, if you want something from a different brand that's not Union, I would probably look at like a Ride C6, maybe a Rome Vice, bent metal joint as well. Those are all options. So, all right. Got a super chat here from Joseph Ramos. Where are some resorts you've been wanting to ride, looking for some ideas? I want to go to Japan and just do a whole month-long tour of Japan, just like from resort to resort to resort, and just kind of go all the way around the island. That's realistically where I want. There's nothing in the U.S. that really sticks out to me that like, oh, I need to get there, except for maybe like Red Mountain, Montana. That one kind of sticks out to me. And I would like to check out Taos at some point, but that's a 4-hour day drive for me, so that's nothing special. Aaron Green, I won a Nitro Quiver Pow. Curious how the new extruded base holds up. Well, if you don't run into shit, it's probably fine. You run into shit, might take some damage, you might not. Okay. D-Lo, went a little board crazy this year, bought a K2 Passport, Ride Shadowban, Rome K2 Party Platter, and have a K2 Alchemist from last season. What other board do I need? You literally have no straight like powder board Swallowtail. You don't have anything in there. Jordan LaFout, best K2 binding for hitting cliffs and riding fast on a DOA. Probably going to be the Formula. Matthew McGaw, thoughts on the Wired crew and their boards? They here to stay, looking at the directive. So Rob Dow has a ton of fucking history in snowboarding, making snowboards. He worked at Option. He worked at Endeavor. He's got the experience behind him. He makes awesome boards. Like the directive is a really solid board. Like super, super solid in there. The Vantage is good. The only board of theirs that I rode that I just didn't stand out with being like as good as the others was their Swallowtail. I was just like, it's okay. The Wired Devin Walsh is fucking absolutely amazing. That's, so they're doing their thing. It's cool to see a small snowboarder owned company making his own boards, doing stuff. Okay, Mason Dixon, have you ever heard of anyone experiencing a bone bruise in the knee joint from snowboarding? Oh, yeah. I'm still recovering from this from last season. I don't know anyone else who has dealt with this. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I've done it, man. You sure you don't have a tibia plateau fracture? They'll tell you it's a bone bruise, but if you didn't get the x-ray and everything on it and see that you've got a plateau fracture, you might have a plateau fracture in there. But bone bruises fucking suck, dude. They take for fucking ever to heal. Forever. I bone bruised my knee once. I thought it was a tibia plateau fracture, so I got the x-ray and they're like, there's nothing in there. But they found out I had no meniscus, so it was just bone hitting bone. That took me out for 8 months. It sucked. Ugh. Let's see. Ugh. Tyler Busey, my wife skis, but I'm converting her to snowboarding. She's around 115 pounds and looking to pick up a budget first board bindings. Recommendation on a beginner female board bindings pairing. It's funny you say that. Like, I've actually got to film the women's top 5 beginner board, and I've got the women's top 5 beginner binding I got to film too. So, like, you want something really easy and mellow, just get her like an Arbor Paparazzi rocker. That's solid. K2 First Light, something like that. What is it? Is it the Ride Saturday? Is that what they call it? Can't remember. They changed their names. I don't think it's the Compact. Nidecker Venus, something like that. And then for bindings, I would just get her a set of Ride C6 ladies, because as she progresses, you won't have to buy her a new binding. Like, you can take that with you because it won't hold her back. It's a good intermediate, or what the hell is that K2 one? It's the Bedford. I think it's what it's called. It's the Bedford. Can't remember off the top of my head. All right, we got Han, not solo. 5'11", 230 pounds, riding a GNU Rider's Choice C2X 162 with Scott Stevens bindings. Jesus, that's got to be a soft setup on that. Whew, Scott Stevens bindings on that. Looking to change for another all-mountain fun carving board, mainly East Coast, for this big boy. Oh, you want to carve on the East Coast? Get yourself a Ride Peace Seeker at 230 pounds. You can put yourself in the 151, get that volume shift, and just go rip it. And then you're going to want to get yourself a stiffer binding. So, like, I would look at like a Ride A9 on that. You'll be golden. You'll be able to rip a friggin' turn. Okay, or Ian, my brother's friend is board hunting. He's like 5'7", 740 pounds, 9 boots. What board size is best in general? For general, at 140 pounds, 50 to 52. If you went to a 45 or under or bigger, it's not. Yeah. Who the fuck's Kevin? My name is Avran. JD, Angry, any thoughts on the Burton Skeleton Key? Decent board for POW all around. I like the Skeleton Key, like when I rode it years ago. That was a fun board for POW, and just like ripping around the resort. Wasn't that bad. Jonathan Kosiana, when are you raffling off your old Endeavor archetype me wants? We'll put it to good use. I don't know if I'm going to. Like, the idea is there for me to do it, but I might keep it as a backup, because I know like how hard it is for me, like when I get one and then I blow it out and I'm just like, fuck, I blew another one out. So Chu Chang, Avran, in your opinion, who makes the best aftermarket insoles for snowboard boots? The ones that fit your foot and needs. For me personally, like, my mind is set on Remind, but some people are super feet, some people are shred soled, some people are Cetus, some people go full custom, some people do DFP. There's so many options. All right, Edward Tran, have a Roma Ravine, and we'll be going to Japan next year to ride Japao and the trees. Fuck yeah, dude. Haven't had a chance to ride trees in Australia with it yet. Should I bring it with me or hire there? If it's going to cost you more to take it with you to Japan than it would be to rent a board when you get over there, then I would rent when I'm over there. But if it's not going to cost you anything, just take it and go rip it. You'll be fine. Mason Dixon with the super chat. Dude, thanks for the bone bruise info, man. Got an MRI, and that was all that showed up. Getting better, but 5 months in now. Yeah. So 5 months, you're hitting the tail end of it. So it was 8 months for mine. Collagen peptides. So you want to get collagen peptides. I use the Vital Proteins ones. That's really good. Icing and elevating, and make sure you're doing some kind of PT that's not strenuous to it, but that will do it. But collagen peptides were really huge and instrumental in helping me come back faster and stronger. So Want yourself a medium sticker pack, Mason? Shoot me an email, info@angrysnowboarder.com, and I'll get that in the mail to you probably Saturday. Kitty Glitter, know of any responsive women's boots for hard charging and steep? So if you want responsive, you're just going to have to pay for it. You've got to go to the stiffest boot that every company makes. You need to go try stuff on and see how they flex for you, and take your board and bindings. And when you strap into it, have a sales guy step on the board. So when you drive your knee forward to the toe edge and back, the board isn't lifting up. So you'll feel the most response out of that. Mario Bendra, what binding would you recommend for the Mega Merc? You use the Ride Black Label. No, I use the Rome Black Label. Ride doesn't make the Black Label, but for the Mega Merc, you're looking at like an Atlas Pro. If you did Rome, I'd honestly say you probably just need a Katana or a DOD. The Cleaver is even overkill. The Black Label's super overkill. You don't need it. In there, the Ride C series or 6 or 8 series, C or A, totally fine for you. Yeah. So, okay. Matthew McGaw with the super chat. Appreciate your work and reviews. Well done. Actually, Recco's on bindings for that wire directive. Oh yeah, man. So, because that's like you're going to use it like an all mountain freestyle board. You want an all mountain freestyle binding. So bindings that I like for it: Rome Black Label, or not Black Label, Katana, or even the DOD, the Battalion Astro or the Blast. The wheel's possessed. Astro could go down to a Blaster if you wanted to, if you want something a little softer. The 8 series from Ride is good. Burton Cartel, Bent Metal Transfer, Union Strata, even a Felcor if you wanted to. So that just kind of gives you everything you need to know there. Malort Glizzies, baby. Malort Glizzies. Jesus, the Tinderbot is really trying to get us. Got to watch out for those Tinderbots to make you date a woman named Crystal. Oof. Okay. All right. All right, we got one here from Troy Para. I've been riding a Burton Ripcord flat top for the last few years, looking for another budget board to rip grimmers and ride POW when I can. Never ride park. Any opinions? Thanks, man. Yeah, I mean, if you're on a budget and you want something that's really good, get the Rome Warden. And you can, I know for a fact that there are a bunch of last year's on sale for like 50% off right now. That'll put it, I think, at like $289. If you're on a budget, like, go get it. Just the Rome Warden will do everything for you. You'll be fine. Like that board's just solid bang for the buck. Okay. Slushy Shredder, a friend got the last year. They made the K2 Manifest team. What's a good binding for him to put on that sweet thing? So K2 Lean AT, I personally think the Ride C8 is good. The Now Select Pro, Jones Meteorite, or you could bump up to a Mercury. Kind of depends what you want on there. I'd probably actually go Mercury over the Meteorite in that regard. If you did Union Strata, if you want a little more power performance, go to the Atlas, not the Atlas Pro. And okay. So anyways, I think I kind of answered everyone's questions. I got to get something to eat. I'm freaking starving. Dog's got to go out for a walk. So we're going to call it. You guys get reviews every day still, so don't worry about that. Explain videos on Monday, top fives on Wednesday. Going to try to have the first women's top 5 this Sunday, though. If I can get everything filmed and edited, we will have it, and we will go forward with that. So that's cool. Yeah, you know, remember, check out the cultural mystery link of the week down below. Check out all the videos I've linked down below. You know, we're going to try to get that stuff taken care of for you. So anyways, if you're new here, remember to subscribe, click the bell, get those notifications. That way you're not missing any of the videos we got coming out for all you snowboarders of the internet. And if you really like what we're doing over here and you want to support us further, swing on over to Angry Snowboarder VIP and become a member. Sure, could tell you more here. Got a video over there that explains it so much better. Anyways, guys, I'll see you in another video.